Hey, Mangulis, where you going?
Oh, we're gonna take a field trip. Come on.
Why? Where are we going?
We're gonna go to Scottrade to buy some stocks.
We're gonna buy stocks?
Yeah, we're gonna try.
All right, I'm in.
All right.
Can I ask what the heck you're doing?
I'm just dancing. It's Christmas music. It's the Peanut song.
Bah humbug. Are we almost there yet?
Ah, we're almost there.
All right.
I need to pay attention to the road. Here we are. I told you we would make it here safe. Let's go. All right, it's time to make the big bucks now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be right with you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to sell high on that one. Yep. That's gold for the grandkiddies. Okay, I have this annoying customer here, so let me deal with it. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm Miss Mangulis. I would like to find out about buying stocks.
Do you normally tell people that you're Miss Mangulis, or do you actually have a first name?
Well, my first name should not be divulged in this video.
Okay, so what can I help you with again?
My first question, I don't know about much about stocks. Can you tell me what is a stock?
Okay, well, a stock's kind of simple. A stock is a piece of a company, a very, very small piece of a company. It also depends on how much of that stock you buy. A stock, in its essence, is ownership within a company. So let's just say, what type of stock are you interested in buying?
Whatever's gonna make me a lot of money.
All right, to make a lot of money, you got to spend a lot of money. So let's say that you'd be interested in Google. If you buy a Google stock, that means you own one piece, a very small share of a larger company.
So I own like 15%.
No,
How much percent?
nothing percent.
Oh,
Unless you're willing to spend significant dollars.
okay.
So as I was saying with Google, let's look at today's numbers per se on the opening market. Google today is selling at an average of $808.90 per share. So if you want to buy a piece of Google, you have to front $808.90.
$800?
That clearly says $800.
That's
right
like
there.
a lot of money. I'm a teacher. Did you realize that?
Well,
I
I'm
have a
so
big salary.
sorry. Maybe if you chaperone some more dances, you can save up for the Google stock.
Good idea.
But as I was saying before to you, for you to make any money in Google, you would have to buy thousands of that share, and the average American citizen doesn't have that much money to put out. Today alone, if you look at the Google margin here, the volume of the stock today was selling at 386,000 shares within the day. So that number is pretty low because of the significance of the trading amount. It's high.
Are there stocks that cost less than $800?
There are many stocks that cost less.
But I can't make as much money.
Again, for you to make money, you would have to buy a stock on a low end, invest a significant amount of money in, where you would make more on the back end.
Well, I want to try to retire in Punta Cana, so can you tell me how people can actually make money off of these stocks?
You would have to find a stock that's significantly low to open up. Some people call these penny stocks, where when they open up to the American public, they are values of pennies. You gobble up a significant amount of them, and what you try to do is you try to get the company on the way up, meaning before the company blows up and everyone else finds out about it. To do that, you'd have to do extensive research on the company and probably have some tips prior to that company going public.
So the price of your stock or your share has to go up as you own it for you to make money.
Yes, the only way you make money is if the company does better. If you invest, let's say, $10,000 in a company, you can't lose more than your initial investment. But if the company does better and your stock value increases over time, your profit increases. But the only way that you make money is if you trade, and that's why you're here today with me.
Oh, I knew I made a good decision coming here. So I heard about buying on margin. Can you tell me more about that?
Well, today that is not an option, but prior to the collapse in 1929, buying on margin was what many people did. Buying on margin is buying like on credit. You can't afford a $35,000 car, so you take out a loan and you pay that loan off. Well, the problem with doing in the stock market is when you took these loans out on margin and you had accrued debt in other avenues, eventually what happened is that debt compounded and you lost a significant amount of money.
Oh, so it's not good.
It's something I would advise you not to do.
So kind of like when you have a credit card, but then you can't pay off the credit card, and then you get in a lot of trouble, and they take your couch and your car and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, so again, I'm really trying to retire somewhere with palm trees. So can you tell me about making a fortune? I know a lot of people in the 1920s made like a ton of money off of the stock market. Can you explain that to me?
Well, that's a common misconception. People in the 1920s didn't make a ton off the stock market. It was false money. It was, okay, I have a $20 debt, so I borrowed $10 from you and $10 from another friend of mine, and I paid off my debt. Did I really pay off my debt?
No.
No, and that's the problem with this time period. People borrowed money from one spot to pay off a debt in another spot, but they were just accruing too much debt.
So they used margin to buy stocks and then never paid it off.
Absolutely.
But I thought the stocks were like going up and up and up in the 1920s.
They were going up and up and up, and it was fluff numbers. It was false reporting for a company, meaning they had all this revenue coming in, but when they really needed that revenue, they weren't able to get the revenue from people who were losing their jobs, people who were over their head in debt. So a devaluation of stocks occurred, which crushed the actual industry. Today, we prevent that, especially in our banking institution, by creating what we call the FDIC, which is something we'll talk about later in our conversation.
Oh, okay. So tell me more. How can I make more money?
To make more money in stocks, you have to spend more money. You have to do your diligent research. You have to understand how a company works. And to be honest with you, you need to know a little bit more of the inside workings of a company when something big's coming out, such as this. Apple. You know Apple, correct?
Like my iPhone.
Yeah, I'm a Droid guy, so yeah, okay.
Mm.
When Apple comes out with a new product, before it hits the American public, that stock's valuation increases exponentially. When it's put out to the American public and it's mass produced, that new era of product that's put out there kind of devalues a little bit, but that peak, if you miss it, you miss out on a substantial increase of the stock. So when something new comes out, the stock is worth more money, and as it's sold more and more and mass produced, it devalues.
Okay, this conversation is really too much for me. I think I'm just going to go into my classroom, turn up the heat, and pretend I'm in Punta Cana. Thank you very much.
That would probably be your best bet.